Former President Donald Trump told John Deere leaders he would change the financial landscape if they moved manufacturing out of the United States.
President Donald Trump just destroyed John Deere. And he is not alone. Farmers have joined the fight. This is an all-out war. See, Trump is threatening to add a huge tariff on all imported John Deere equipment if they don't stop their plans of moving production to Mexico. But the company is not backing down. In fact, they are fighting back. And the farmers are caught in the middle with the factory workers. They are the ones suffering, while the company just keeps on raking in profits for the stakeholders at the stake of many. It makes you question, what is going to happen to the industry and the economy? How will this affect you? Is this the start of the end? What happened? For decades, John Deere has been synonymous with agricultural excellence, providing farmers worldwide with state-of-the-art machinery and technology. In recent years, the company embarked on a strategic expansion to Mexico, aiming to capitalize on emerging markets and streamline its production processes. An executive from John Deere stated that expanding to Mexico allows the company to tap into new markets, reduce production costs, and enhance its supply chain efficiency. This move is pivotal to ensure competitiveness in the global agricultural sector. This expansion was not merely a business maneuver, but a calculated response to the shifting dynamics of global agriculture. By establishing a significant presence in Mexico, John Deere positioned itself closer to key markets in Latin America, fostering stronger relationships with local farmers and distributors. The move to Mexico promised numerous benefits: reduced manufacturing costs, access to a skilled labor force, and proximity to burgeoning agricultural hubs. John Deere's investment in Mexican infrastructure underscored its commitment to sustainable growth and innovation in the agricultural machinery industry. So what's the problem? Why are they in trouble with the president? The implications. John Deere's expansion to Mexico had far-reaching economic implications, both domestically and internationally. While the move was poised to bolster the company's bottom line, it also stirred concerns about its impact on the American workforce and the broader economic landscape. By relocating a portion of its manufacturing operations, John Deere anticipated significant cost reductions. These savings were projected to enhance profitability, allowing for reinvestment in research and development and the introduction of more advanced, sustainable machinery. However, the decision also raised questions about job displacement and the future of American manufacturing. As John Deere capitalized on Mexico's economic advantages, critics argued that such moves could undermine domestic employment and weaken the U.S. manufacturing base. An American worker expressed concerns about potential layoffs, stating that they had dedicated their lives to building the company. Moving operations to Mexico felt like a betrayal of everything John Deere stands for. Trump's opposition to the expansion. President Donald Trump, a vocal advocate for American manufacturing and job creation, took a firm stance against John Deere's expansion to Mexico. Viewing the move through the lens of his America First policy, Trump saw it as a threat to domestic industries and labor. In his speeches, Trump criticized companies that relocate operations abroad, asserting that there should be a prioritization of American jobs to keep industries strong within the country. He argued that companies like John Deere should not be offloading manufacturing to other countries where they can exploit cheaper labor. Trump's opposition was rooted in a broader skepticism towards globalization and foreign investment that could potentially erode the U.S. industrial base. He argued that such moves by major companies not only harm American workers, but also compromise national economic security. In response to John Deere's strategic shift, the Trump administration began exploring measures to discourage companies from relocating operations abroad. This included revisiting trade agreements, imposing tariffs on imported machinery, and offering incentives to keep manufacturing on American soil. Under Trump's policies, the once seamless collaboration between his administration and agricultural giants like John Deere began to unravel. Initial benefits from deregulation soon gave way to conflicts over tariffs and regulatory demands that inflated production costs and hindered global competitiveness for John Deere. The focus on domestic markets strained John Deere's international operations and partnerships, causing farmers to face higher expenses and diminished market access, while investors worried over market instability. Publicly, John Deere's leadership committed to managing these shifts, but internal and external tensions continued to escalate. The situation reached a critical juncture when the Trump administration unveiled stringent new environmental regulations that demanded extensive modifications to agricultural machinery. These changes presented a direct threat threat to John Deere's operations and financial standing, as manufacturing delays and steep costs to redesign machinery led to sharply declining profits. The swift policy introduction left John Deere unprepared, compounding their challenges as industry analysts voiced concerns over the company's strategic response. As uncertainty loomed, stock prices fluctuated, marking the onset of a destabilizing period for the iconic company amid a rapidly shifting political and economic landscape. Economic shockwaves. The economic ripples from Trump's announcement quickly spread across global markets. John Deere, a pillar of the agricultural industry, found itself at the epicenter of a financial storm. Stock markets responded with volatility as investors scrambled to reassess their positions. John Deere's shares, once a symbol of stability and growth, saw a precipitous drop, reflecting the market's anxiety over the company's future prospects. The new regulations didn't just affect John Deere's balance sheets, they reverberated through the intricate web of global supply chains. Suppliers, partners, and distributors faced heightened uncertainty, leading to delays and increased costs. Essential components became more expensive to procure, squeezing profit margins and straining relationships. Manufacturing units that once boasted seamless operations now battled inefficiencies. The need to retrofit machinery and adopt new technologies resulted in production slowdowns, creating a backlog of orders that frustrated customers and partners alike. Experts warned that the ramifications extended beyond John Deere. The agricultural sector, heavily reliant on machinery and technology, faced a period of adjustment that could stifle growth and innovation. The interconnectedness of global markets meant that disruptions in one area could cascade, affecting economies far and wide. On the ground, farmers and agribusiness owners voiced their concerns. The increased costs and reduced availability of machinery posed immediate threats to their operations. Stories of struggling farms and halted harvests began to emerge, painting a grim picture of the sector's future under the new regulations. The economic shockwaves necessitated swift responses. John Deere's leadership team convened emergency meetings, strategizing ways to mitigate the financial impact. Cost-cutting measures, strategic reallocations, and accelerated innovation became imperative as the company sought to stabilize its financial standing amidst the turmoil. Political repercussions. The political landscape, already charged with tension, became a battleground for the repercussions of Trump's policies. As the dust settled from the announcement, debates ignited within the halls of Congress, amplifying the stakes for John Deere and the agricultural community. Legislators from both parties weighed in on the necessity and impact of the new regulations. Proponents argued that the changes were essential for environmental sustainability and positioning American agriculture for the future. Critics, however, contended that the regulations were overly burdensome, hampering a vital industry and risking economic decline. Key political figures emerged as vocal advocates and opponents, shaping the narrative around the regulations. Statements from trusted leaders added complexity to the discourse, influencing public perception and investor confidence in unpredictable ways. Public opinion was sharply divided. Supporters hailed the move as a forward-thinking initiative to modernize agriculture, while opponents decried it as an overreach that threatened livelihoods. Social media platforms buzzed with fervent debates, reflecting the nation's polarized stance on the issue. Polls revealed a nation at odds, with substantial portions of the population supporting both sides. This polarization not only heightened the political stakes, but also placed John Deere in a precarious position, caught between regulatory demands and the need to maintain broad-based support. The international community also took notice. Trade partners expressed concerns about the ripple effects of U.S. policies on global agriculture and machinery markets. Diplomatic discussions intensified as countries sought assurances and contemplated their own responses to the shifting regulatory environment. The intersection of politics and economics underscored the depth of the crisis. John Deere, once a symbol of industrial prowess, now found itself navigating a minefield of political maneuvering and economic uncertainty, its fate intertwined with the nation's broader political trajectory. Corporate struggle. Amidst mounting pressures, John Deere faced a formidable battle to preserve its legacy and ensure its survival. The company's leadership grappled with immediate operational challenges while formulating long-term strategies to navigate the treacherous waters stirred by Trump's policies. John Deere's top brass knew that swift, decisive action was essential. The first order of business was to assess the financial implications of the new regulations. Detailed analyses revealed that compliance would not only require substantial investment investment in research and development, but also necessitate a reevaluation of existing business models. Innovation became the cornerstone of John Deere's response. Engineers and designers worked tirelessly to develop machinery that met the new environmental standards without compromising performance or affordability. The pressure to deliver quickly intensified as delays could exacerbate financial strains and further erode market confidence. Parallel to technological advancements, John Deere embarked on a strategic realignment of its market approach, expanding into emerging markets and diversifying product lines aimed to offset the heightened costs and mitigate the risks associated with the new regulations. Aggressive marketing campaigns sought to reassure stakeholders of the company's resilience and commitment to excellence. Investor relations took center stage as the company sought to maintain shareholder confidence. Transparent communication about the challenges and the steps being taken to address them was crucial. Quarterly updates and detailed reports became tools to demonstrate progress and rebuild trust amidst the uncertainty. Behind the scenes, morale among employees was a critical concern. The corporate struggle was not just a boardroom issue, it permeated every level of the organization. Efforts to sustain productivity and foster a sense of unity were paramount as the workforce rallied to support the company's turnaround strategies. Customer relations were equally important. John Deere launched initiatives to support farmers directly affected by the disruptions, offering financial assistance, flexible payment plans, and enhanced customer service. These measures aim to maintain loyalty and demonstrate the company's unwavering commitment to its core clientele. As John Deere fought to overcome the immediate challenges, the corporate struggle underscored the broader narrative of resilience and adaptability. The company's ability to navigate this crisis would not only determine its future, but also set a precedent for how major corporations respond to unprecedented political and economic upheavals. Financial turmoil. Investors, once confident in John Deere's stability and growth potential, began to withdraw their support. The plummeting stock prices not only eroded the company's market value, but also strained its relationships with key investors who grew increasingly wary of the uncertain future. Financial losses soon followed, painting a grim picture for the agricultural titan. Revenues took a significant hit as production costs soared. The need to comply with stringent environmental standards required substantial investments in new technologies and machinery modifications, stretching the company's budget thin. And with profits dwindling, John Deere was forced to make difficult decisions to maintain financial stability. Cost-cutting measures, including layoffs and budget reductions, became unavoidable. The move not only impacted the workforce, but also introduced a sense of uncertainty and anxiety among employees. The layoffs reverberated through the company's ranks, affecting morale and productivity. Long-standing employees, some of whom had dedicated decades to the company, found themselves facing unexpected unemployment. The human cost of the financial turmoil added another layer of complexity to an already precarious situation. Credit and funding emerged as critical issues. With deteriorating financial health, securing loans or attracting new investor funding became increasingly challenging. Credit ratings took a hit, limiting the company's ability to access affordable capital necessary for operational continuity and strategic initiatives. The financial instability posed a significant threat to John Deere's long-term viability. Without swift and effective measures to restore financial health, the company risked losing its competitive edge in the global market, potentially leading to a prolonged period of decline that could jeopardize its legacy in the agricultural sector. Legal battles. John Deere found itself embroiled in a series of legal battles. The newly imposed regulations not only strained the company's finances, but also sparked widespread litigation, both against and within Trump's administration. The company launched several lawsuits challenging the legality and fairness of the new policies. These legal battles aimed to overturn or amend the regulations, seeking relief from the operational constraints they imposed. John Deere argued that the regulations were overly burdensome and failed to consider the practical implications for agricultural machinery manufacturers. Conversely, John Deere faced internal litigation as well. Disputes emerged between the company's leadership and certain stakeholders over the best course of action to tackle the crisis. Allegations of mismanagement and strategic disagreements led to heightened tensions within the corporate hierarchy, further complicating the company's efforts to recover. Regulatory hurdles added another layer of complexity. Compliance with the stringent environmental standards required navigating a labyrinth of legal and administrative challenges. The process of obtaining necessary approvals and certifications became time-consuming and resource-intensive, delaying the implementation of compliance measures. As the lawsuits proceeded, the outcomes remained uncertain, adding to the company's strategic ambiguity. The legal uncertainties made it difficult for John Deere to plan effectively, hindering their ability to invest confidently in new projects or market expansions. Each court decision held the potential to either alleviate or exacerbate the company's predicament, keeping the entire organization on edge. Public perception of the legal struggles played a significant role in shaping the narrative around John Deere's crisis. Media coverage often highlighted the contentious nature of the regulations and the company's fight against them, influencing public opinion and investor confidence. The legal battles not only consumed financial resources, but also diverted attention from operational challenges to courtroom dramas, further straining the company's capacity to respond effectively. Strategic pivoting. Facing relentless financial strain and legal obstacles, John Deere was compelled to rethink its strategic approach. The company embarked on a journey of strategic pivoting, reassessing its business models and exploring new avenues to navigate the turbulent landscape. The first step in this strategic realignment was a comprehensive reassessment of the company's business model. Recognizing the vulnerabilities exposed by Trump's policies, John Deere sought to diversify its product offerings and reduce dependency on sectors most affected by the new regulations. This diversification aimed to spread risk and create new revenue streams that could bolster the company's financial resilience. Innovation became a cornerstone of John Deere's pivoting strategy. Heavy investments were directed towards research and development, focusing on creating new products and technologies that complied with the stringent environmental standards without inflating costs. Engineers and designers worked tirelessly to conceive machinery that not only met regulatory requirements, but also delivered enhanced performance and efficiency, aiming to regain market competitiveness. Embracing technological advancements was another key aspect of the strategic pivot. John Deere explored the integration of smart technologies and automation into their machinery, aiming to improve operational efficiency and reduce long-term costs. These innovations were designed to appeal to a broader market, attracting customers who valued both sustainability and cutting-edge technology in their agricultural equipment. Parallel to product innovation, John Deere initiated strategic partnerships and collaborations. By teaming up with other industry leaders and technology firms, the company sought to leverage external expertise and resources, accelerating the development of compliant and competitive products. These alliances not only facilitated technological advancements, but also opened doors to new markets and customer bases, enhancing the company's overall market reach. Furthermore, John Deere focused on improving operational efficiencies to mitigate the financial impact of the new regulations. Streamlining production processes, optimizing supply chain management, and implementing cost-effective measures allowed the company to better manage expenses and maintain profitability amidst the ongoing crisis. By adopting a multifaceted approach to strategic pivoting, John Deere endeavored to transform the crisis into an opportunity for growth and reinvention. The company's ability to adapt swiftly and effectively to the changing regulatory environment was crucial in determining its capacity to overcome the immediate challenges and secure a stable, profitable future. Stakeholder outreach. As John Deere navigated the stormy seas of financial and legal challenges, engaging with stakeholders became a pivotal component of the recovery strategy. The company recognized that restoring trust and maintaining strong relationships with its key stakeholders were essential for its long-term resilience and success. Building and nurturing relationships with farmers, the backbone of John Deere's customer base, was paramount. The company launched a series of initiatives aimed at directly supporting farmers who had been adversely affected by the disruptions. Flexible payment plans, financial assistance programs, and enhanced customer service were introduced to alleviate the immediate burdens faced by the farming community. John Deere also expanded its customer support infrastructure, ensuring that farmers and agribusiness owners had access to the resources and assistance they needed during the crisis. Dedicated support teams were established to address concerns, provide technical assistance, and facilitate the smooth transition to new compliant machinery. These efforts aimed to reinforce the company's commitment to its customers, fostering loyalty and long-term partnerships. Maintaining investor confidence was equally critical. Transparent and open communication became a cornerstone of John Deere's investor relations strategy. Regular updates on the company's recovery progress, financial health, and strategic initiatives were provided through detailed reports and quarterly meetings. By keeping investors informed and engaged, John Deere sought to reassure them of the company's proactive measures and commitment to overcoming the challenges. The company also organized investor briefings and town hall meetings, offering a platform for shareholders to ask questions and express their concerns. These interactions not only provided valuable feedback, but also demonstrated John Deere's willingness to listen and adapt based on stakeholder input. Building a narrative of transparency and accountability helped to restore trust and stabilize investor relations amidst the ongoing uncertainty. Beyond direct stakeholders, John Deere extended its outreach to the broader community through corporate social responsibility, CSR initiatives, community support programs, environmental sustainability projects, and educational partnerships were launched to demonstrate the company's commitment to positive societal impact. These initiatives aim to enhance the company's reputation, fostering goodwill, and reinforcing its role as a responsible corporate citizen. By prioritizing stakeholder outreach, John Deere endeavored to create a cohesive support network that could facilitate recovery and drive future growth. The collective efforts to engage and support stakeholders played a crucial role in mitigating the impact of the crisis, laying the groundwork for a more resilient and unified organization poised to navigate the challenges ahead. Rebuilding and the road ahead. Facing unprecedented challenges, John Deere initiated a comprehensive restructuring to stabilize the company and enhance future resilience. This began with a thorough assessment of operational frameworks, identifying areas for increased efficiency and cost reduction without sacrificing quality or innovation. By eliminating redundancies and revisiting long-standing processes, the company improved its agility. A key change was the realignment of departments to promote better collaboration and faster decision-making. Breaking down silos and fostering cross-functional teams created a more cohesive and responsive organizational culture, enhancing internal communication and speeding up strategic initiatives. Employee morale initially faltered but improved as restructuring progressed. Transparent leadership communication, including regular town hall meetings and open forums, alleviated fears and fostered a sense of ownership among employees. Investing in employee development through comprehensive training programs equipped staff with skills for new technologies and updated workflows, boosting productivity and demonstrating the company's commitment to its workforce. Financially, restructuring streamlined operations and reduced overhead costs, stabilizing finances, and allowing more effective resource allocation. These measures provided the necessary financial flexibility to navigate ongoing challenges and pursue growth opportunities. As restructuring efforts yielded positive results, optimism grew within the company, positioning John Deere to emerge stronger and more resilient for future challenges. Market Reentry Strategies. With the immediate crisis managed, John Deere focused on reclaiming its market position through robust reentry strategies. The first step involved revitalizing the brand's presence via targeted marketing campaigns. Utilizing traditional and digital media, the company communicated its commitment to innovation and sustainability, highlighting technological advancements and support for the farming community to rebuild trust and attract new customers. Diversifying product offerings was crucial. John Deere introduced new machinery designed to meet the latest environmental standards while enhancing operational efficiency. These products featured precision farming tools, automated systems, and eco-friendly power solutions, addressing the evolving needs of modern farmers. Strengthening distribution networks was another priority. By renegotiating partnerships with local dealers and international distributors, John Deere ensured wider accessibility and improved service delivery. This expansion aimed to penetrate new markets and solidify the company's global footprint. Enhancing customer support infrastructure was also essential. Comprehensive training programs for dealers and support staff ensured customers received excellent assistance, fostering loyalty and encouraging repeat business. Additionally, John Deere integrated online platforms and e-commerce solutions into its sales strategy, aligning with the growing trend of online commerce in the agricultural sector. Through these multifaceted approaches, John Deere aimed to rejuvenate its brand, enhance customer satisfaction, and secure a competitive edge in the global marketplace, driving long-term success amidst evolving economic and regulatory landscapes. Technological innovations. Innovation remains at the core of John Deere's strategy. In response to the crisis, the company intensified its focus on technological advancements to enhance product performance and sustainability. A key initiative was integrating smart technologies into machinery. AI-driven systems and IoT-enabled devices enabled real-time data collection and analysis, providing farmers with precise operational insights. These technologies optimize planting, irrigation, and harvesting, significantly improving agricultural efficiency and yields. Automation was another critical area. The introduction of autonomous tractors and robotic harvesters reduced the need for manual labor, lowering costs and increasing operational consistency. These automated solutions boosted productivity and allowed farmers to manage larger areas with greater accuracy. Aligned with global sustainability trends, John Deere committed to developing eco-friendly machinery. Innovations in hybrid and electric powertrains reduced the carbon footprint of their equipment, meeting regulatory requirements and appealing to environmentally conscious consumers. This positioned John Deere as a leader in sustainable agricultural technology. Precision agriculture technologies, utilizing satellite imagery and geospatial data, enabled farmers to monitor crop health and soil conditions effectively. These tools facilitated informed decision-making, optimizing resource usage, and enhancing crop management practices. Collaboration with technology partners further accelerated innovation. Partnering with leading tech firms and research institutions fostered a culture of continuous improvement, ensuring John Deere remained at the forefront of agricultural technology. Investment in dedicated R&D centers allowed the company to anticipate and respond to emerging agricultural trends, preparing for future advancements. Through relentless innovation, John Deere aimed to transform agriculture by offering solutions that enhanced productivity, sustainability, and profitability for farmers worldwide, ensuring long-term viability in a competitive market. Future outlook. John Deere's vision for the future is clear and ambitious, focusing on recovery, growth, and sustainability. Financial forecasts are promising, with expected steady revenue increases as market reentry strategies and technological innovations take effect. The company anticipates a robust recovery, supported by enhanced products and expanded market reach, closely monitoring key performance indicators like market share and customer satisfaction to stay aligned with strategic goals. Long-term objectives extend beyond economic success to include environmental sustainability and social responsibility. John Deere aims to lead the agricultural sector in adopting sustainable practices, reducing its carbon footprint, and promoting eco-friendly technologies. This commitment not only meets regulatory demands, but also aligns with consumer and global environmental goals. Strategic partnerships and alliances remain vital to growth. Collaborations with industry leaders, technology innovators, and research institutions will enhance John Deere's technological capabilities and expand its influence in emerging markets. These partnerships are designed to foster mutual growth, drive innovation, and create synergistic benefits. Embracing digital transformation is another cornerstone of John Deere's future strategy. Integrating digital technologies across all operations, from manufacturing to customer service, will streamline processes, enhance efficiency, and deliver superior value to customers. Investments in digital infrastructure and data analytics will enable informed decision-making, driving business success. But what's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.